Hey everybody, it's Charlie from DM Sound, and today we've got the sound system demo on the 2025 Honda Civic and its 8-speaker entry-level audio system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at how the infotainment system works, take a look at audio inputs, adjustments, controls, speaker locations. We're going to test out the 5.1 capabilities. Then I'm going to head out on the road and listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. Now, if you don't care about any of that stuff at the beginning and you just want to hear the music, click ahead in the video. We've got chapters to get you right to the tunes. And if you want to hear even more on this system, sign up below to become a Daily Motor member. I'm going to record a members-only sound test on the Civic here and listen to some tracks that you all have requested. So if you want to see that, hear that, and support the channel, check the link below. But before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. The new Civic Hybrid, all new for 2025, looking cool here in this, I think they call it race red. I got it tucked in the shade right now in order to keep me cool and help see the interior. But a lot to like about this Civic Hybrid hatchback. This being the sport model, it's the cheapest hybrid hatchback you can get. Comes in just over $30,000. So if you do want to see more on the car, check the link below. We've got our full review. We've got a highway fuel economy test. All that can be found below. Now, we always do these tests with lossless, uncompressed WAV files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, and high-quality Roland binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. We also do the test with sound settings set to their factory default, so let's take a look at those now. This non-touring version of the Civic, it's a more basic infotainment system. In order to get to sound, you hit Menu, Sound Settings, then we're greeted with bass and treble, also a mid-range in there. Let's go through those. Not the most responsive screen, but it does allow us to adjust those pretty dramatically. But coming back, going down, we have front, rear, left, right, fader, and balance. And then speed volume compensation. So as you get going faster on the road, the music will lift up in volume to compensate for wind, engine, and road noise. And that's it for sound settings. For audio controls here in the Civic, you got a nice volume knob. Good clicks there, easy to reach for both the driver and passenger. You've also got volume clickage on the left side of the steering wheel. For track selection, you have physical buttons here. You can use the touchscreen or the scroller knob, and you've got physical controls right here on the left side above the volume where they belong. For audio inputs in the Civic, you have your standard AM and FM. I gotta check. I don't think we've got Sirius XM. Let's see. Nope, no Sirius XM radio in here. Bluetooth support for wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but no wireless, and a USB-C port right there. So what does that mean you're missing? Well, like I said, no Sirius XM, no streaming services built in, Spotify, Amazon Music, anything like that, and no USB-A port, so make sure you have an adapter here, and most importantly, no wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And that's disappointing to me because this is now a $30,000 vehicle, and everything about the Civic feels very mature. This is the type of vehicle that I'm okay with having manual adjusted cloth seats and manual sunroof and no cooled seats or anything like that. But I'm really disappointed not to have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So 2 recommendations I have. First of all, get yourself a cable like this. This is a cable from a brand called Magtame. I've got it linked below. It's a little bit of an affiliate link so you can make a little, or make us a little bit of cash, save yourself a little bit of money. This is a magnetic USB cable, and I love having this to throw around in my bag, very easy, never gets tangled. You can have it in the car or whatever, and then bring it out in order to get phone projection here, CarPlay or Android Auto. Or pick yourself up a USB-C dongle for wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I've had one sponsored before. If I remember, I'll throw the link in this video as well. There's probably better ones by now because that was from a few years ago when we had our Ford Maverick. But either way, you could buy that one and support us, or just find one that's got good ratings, decent price, and then you can get wireless phone projection. Those things work pretty well if you get the right brand. Speaker locations. Like I said, this is an 8-speaker system. Pretty simple, straightforward. Starting in the bottom left, you've got a door mid-ranger 1, tweeter 2, 3, 4 on the other side, and then the back mid-range tweeter 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, I went to try to test out the 5.1 capabilities of the system, but when I go to play the track, it doesn't work. It says unplayable file. So I guess it's incapable of playing FLAC files. So keep that in mind if you want to use USB. So we're just going to go with the assumption that this system is not capable of 5.1. And I imagine most people driving a Civic, especially one like this, are going to be quite okay with that. So with that, let's head out on the road. system's not that impressive. However, it is better than I expected. Turning up some of these more complex songs here, yes, you're not getting much from the bottom end, but what I'm hearing from the mids and the lower highs is actually decently well balanced, and most importantly, it's not coming through harsh on my ears, so I can listen to this quite loud. And I'm still getting a decent balance in the instrumentation without anything striking through too harshly. Now for this next track, we're going to turn the bass all the way up. I'm sure it won't sound fantastic, but you know what? We got to do it. We'll see what happens. Okay. You can only ask so much of those speakers. Not terrible. I mean, you can hear the distortion starting with flat EQ. But hey, throw a subwoofer back there, you'll be in good shape. Wrapping up my thoughts here on the 8-speaker sound system in the 25 Honda Civic hybrid hatch, technically. Altogether, I'm really not too disappointed in this sound system. If it were the top level system, if this were the Bose, or if this were just the highest you could get in the Sport Touring trim, that would be more disappointing. That would be more of a D ranking. But considering that this is the $30,000 car, it's a little bit more entry level, you're paying a little bit more for that hybrid powertrain than you necessarily are the interior accoutrement, I've been fine listening to this sort of stereo system. Now, if you're someone who loves big, heavy bass, R&B, hip-hop, that sort of thing, you're not going to be very satisfied with this one. You're probably going to want to add something or upgrade. However, if you listen to a lot of calmer music, or you listen to a lot of talk radio, podcasts, that sort of thing, I actually think you're going to be really pleasantly surprised with this, because with the placement of the kind of the higher, the mid-range tweeter things there, and then the performance and the well balancing of those lower speakers, this is a pretty impressive system for an unlabeled Honda system, because we've gotten some really bad Honda systems over the last 5 years or so. So I'm actually pretty happy with this. So it's coming in at a solid C, and what I mean by that is it's average. It doesn't sound amazing, but it doesn't sound bad for this type of vehicle and this price point. So thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on the Civic, check the link below. We've got a lot of Civic coverage, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from DM Sound, and as always, drive on.